Hey, I'm Nicholas Prom,
And I'm Chase.
and you're watching Heavy Metal Breakdown.
Our latest adventures in the exciting and kick ass world of heavy metal.
Yeah, that almost sounded natural this time. We're gonna get it with practice. Yes, we are back. Chase, you were licensed to ill and missed a weekend of killer heavy metal shows. That sucks, but such is life. Having kids and kids bringing germs home and then getting you sick. That's the whole thing. Yeah. God
Pretty
damn.
much.
Okay, but we do have some albums to review, and why don't we just do that? What's our first album, the new one, the new release for this episode, Chase?
Our new release this week is DECEPTOR, Reign of Terror, released August 21st, 2026 on Dying Victim Productions. This is DECEPTOR's first full-length studio release after a demo in 2022 called Bound by Ritual and an EP in 2023 called Bathed in Blood.
Yeah, that EP was pretty ripping. I like that one. I didn't hear the
Hell
demo
yeah.
though, but yeah, pretty sick death thrash. I mean, damn. Um,
Yeah.
these guys are from Raleigh, North Carolina, but you would think they were like from the wilds of Brazil or deep in the dark forests of Germany because it is like okay, really what they sound like, they remind me a lot of the Mexican death thrash band Mortuary. Remember their album Blackened Images? It's one
Oh,
of my all-time favorite death metal records. But I was thinking like, okay, like the death thrash of like Mortuary or Merciless or something. There's some Sepultura in there, but also like Exodus riffs and like Razor Testament licks and stuff. Like okay, so we've got like the sickest of the sick informs this, and I enjoyed this a lot. This is really good. There's some groove
yeah.
at play here, but it's not unwelcome. It's pretty
Yeah.
cool. Your thoughts, please. Some thoughts from you.
I couldn't tell if it was more apt to say that this it was like a fusion between Beneath the Remains and Slowly We Rot, or South of Heaven and Tomb of the Mutilated, because it all just kind of
Okay, yeah,
slams together.
but yeah, I mean, like, there are definitely lots of folks in the metal world who's like their top two genres are thrash and death, and I'm like, if that's where you live, holy crap, you're gonna love this record. And I enjoyed this quite a bit. And it's funny because it gets more death metally in certain areas and more thrashy in others, but it's not like jarring
Yeah,
transition, which I found kind of interesting. But yeah, and even a couple of instrumental tracks like Red Dawn and Firing Squad kind of peppered throughout the record, which is an interesting thing. Sometimes you write a piece of music and like, you know what? No, vocals are not what this song needs, and so I'm kind of like that. That's cool. Um, but um, but yeah, some big tracks for me on this one. Join or Die, Whammer, Whammer. Oh, love that song. Fog of War was really great. Street General, Corpse Core, like the back half of this album, it just felt like it kept getting better. Like it's not weak at any point, but it just kept building and building and getting more kick ass. Is it kind of like that for you?
yeah. My highlights were all three of the instrumental tracks. Red Dawn, Firing Squad, and GI Joe Head Stomp. All
Oh yeah,
great. Uh, yeah, and Join or Die and Street General are the I guess traditional tracks. I guess stood out most to me. Uh, Especially in Street General, there's like a split. There's like two or three solos scattered about in that one. One's kind of muddled like behind everything else, but it's there.
yeah,
But towards the end of that, there's like this really Jack Owens kind of, or Jack Owen
yeah.
sort of technique going on, and I heard that, ears perked up immediately for those.
Yeah, well, right on, dude. That's cool. But yeah, pretty sick shit. I mean, like, yeah, this is ripping, and it will just I think will satisfy any thrash or death metal fan. Is gonna come away with a lot to enjoy from this. And I really and this is one of those ones where like I heard more things and appreciated more the more I listened. You know what I mean? Because we always listen to these a bunch of times, right? And I was like, oh yeah. So there's has a lot of replay value, which is good, because I definitely have listened to albums. There's albums I've listened to a lot, and I'm just like, ugh, sick of. I like albums that like that get better every time you listen to them, and this is kind of one of those. So really like this Grain of Terror, man. Kudos to Deceptor. Really, really tasty slab of death thrash here. More from you?
Yeah, and the whole album has this like DIY sort of feel to it. Like I know it was released through Dying Victim and everything, but like it's a power trio, and all three of them seem to have input on the making of the album, according to or their band profile on I forget which page I found it on, but apparently they all had a hand in making this, not just in the instrumentation, but in the mixing and all that.
Well,
And
that's
you can hear it like every yeah.
yeah, that's good. I'm glad that they have like a very it seems like they have a very democratic or all for one kind of approach. Um, uh, and you know that can be a double-edged sword because some people like don't know what the hell they're talking about in a mixing situation, and it could you can end up with a crappy sounding record. Not the case here. This sounds really good, and it hits the spot. It scratches the thrash metal itch. It hits the you know, I'm more particular about my death metal, but this hit my sweet spot. So big horns up for me. Yeah, I love this.
Definitely, me too.
You know, hey man, play some shows, man. I hope we get to see these guys out on tour because this is pretty rad. Yeah, big horns up for Deceptor.
And they're just getting started.
Just getting started, bitches. But yeah, big horns up for Deceptor and Reign of Terror. Any other thoughts before we move on?
No, I found like I would jump in and okay, I'm gonna listen to this for like the little space between like not meetings but appointments that I have, and I ended up just listening to the whole thing. Like, oh, I'll just listen to a track or two. Nah, fuck it, whole thing every time.
That's pretty good. Yeah, and lengthwise, it's kind of just right. It's not because isn't it like 37 minutes or something like that? That's just about right. I'm really not crazy about these hour-long albums, man. I'm just like, no, I don't want more than 45 minutes, you know. But yeah, less is more, and yeah, but this is killer. This album rips. So but yeah, if we're good here, let's move on to our next segment, the one that bears your name. What's that called, Chase?
Up next on Chase's classic album, we have Scorpions. The Scorpions in Trance. Released September 17th, 1975 on RCA Victor. This is their third full-length studio release after two very rockin' but not wholly metal albums, so that's where we're starting off here.
Yeah. Yeah, and I will just address that really quickly. Like, yeah, their first couple albums are really more psychedelic rock albums. They're kind of like more proggy. If there is a huge clamor from our viewership that like this is a total injustice for us to skip those albums, we'll circle back and cover them. But I just thought like let's go with their first proper heavy metal release. But yeah, I mean, if people are like, "How dare you not hit those?" Like, we'll go back to them. But yeah, this is the third Scorpions record, the second with Uli Jon Roth on lead guitar, and wow, from the opening licks of Dark Lady, I'm just like, wow, dude, you're just in for a ride of just like amazing like riffs and stuff, and it's killer, man. And I don't know if you've ever seen footage of Uli Jon Roth performing, but like, but most rock or heavy metal guitarists, they kind of like they do that thing where they kind of grimace and they kind of make it look like what they're doing is hard, right? Like difficult. But you watch Uli and he's just like his eyes closed and he's just like la 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 la, just like, and this amazing shit is just flowing out of him. It's just kind of like. It looks effortless, like he's just the vessel for this to just like come out, But
yeah,
so it's kind of amazing, and you just watch his fingers, and it's just like Jesus, this. Do you do anything besides play guitar, buddy? Because it's just it's unreal. But yeah, this is really a fantastic album. At the beginning of really an incredible run of records. throughout the rest of the 70s, or a big chunk. He does. Uli does leave it at some point, and we'll get to that when we get to that. But
Yeah.
I don't know if I necessarily need to go like totally track by track, but okay, Dark Lady rules. The title track, In Trance, is amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And then the rest of the record is kind of a mix of like some like just like great hard rockers and some amazing ballads, but there's like Scorpions. It's like they invented the power ballad, and it's really an important kind of. I think we've gotten kind of lost the fact that like, okay, the power ballad is like this important kind of area or touchstone in heavy metal that these guys kind of created and perfected, you know, like because what they do with them is like, okay, we have all this melody, but then it's like this building, like emotional moment that just kind of comes up, and like, yeah, there's so much power that like that it expresses this heaviness while we're being like very emotive and like and melodic at the same time. It's like magic. And you get a lot of that in songs like Life's Like a River, Living and Dying, and Evening Wind, just, you know, for example, from this record. Just amazing. And then, of course, some other great rockers on this album, Top of the Bill and Robot Man, and Longing for Fire. Those are all just like, wow, amazing songs, incredible showcases for just hot guitar licks. I have talked a bunch. Please pick up the ball and just tell me all the things.
I will always be in the mood to hear Klaus sing and hear Uli make sweet love to his guitar.
Yeah.
So yeah, so this was awesome. But like most people, I didn't not most people my age, I guess. I was introduced to Scorpions through Big City Nights, No One Like You, Rocky Like a Hurricane, you know, the radio hits and whatnot. All great songs. But man, if you started in the 80s and you think that's what the Scorpions are, yes. But go back and visit their stuff from before, and you'll get just this. Like, I mean, like you said, there are plenty of power ballads in here, but even the songs that aren't ballads, they're still full of just like they're personal to the guys in the band. It feels like all of these songs feel like they come from something. As short as some of them might be, and as loopy as some of the lyrics can be, there's a little bit of the guys in Scorpions in these songs, and you can hear it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I love that. And let's see, Top of the Bill was probably my favorite song on the track. It's really a really good song about how fame is fleeting. You know, a quick jab to the feelings on that one.
Yeah.
Robot Man is fun and a bit on the experimental side in some spots. Better than anything Styx ever put out, with apologies, Dennis Young.
Don't apologize to him. Don't apologize to him. Yeah. Yeah, I do like the kind of the there's an effect that I think is speaking through a phaser is I think how they achieved that robotic voice during the chorus. That's how they used to do that before auto-tune was a thing. But yeah.
And Sun in My Hand, nice and bluesy, like out of nowhere we get this like just heavy kind of bluesy sort of song. I thought it was about getting laid at first, just the way he was kind of crooning. But like most songs from the 70s were, but only like one or two on this album are about it. That. Oh, yeah. But best I could figure it. I actually don't know what that song's about, but it sounded like they were getting high to write music, but they're German, so not entirely sure how that works with them.
I don't know.
They have kind of a harsh stance on drugs in Germany, so maybe not.
It's not like they couldn't get them. I don't know. Who knows? Yeah. You know, Amsterdam's not far away. Just remember that. Or, you know, relatively speaking. Yeah, I don't know if anyone there are people who just listen to the show, they don't watch, so I don't know if they caught your wink just then, but yeah, but it's interesting though. Scorpions, I think occupy a unique space in the heavy metal canon. You know, they're one of the foundational bands of the genre. But unlike a lot of other guys where it's just like it's a lot of macho stuff and they're like maybe not so emotionally mature,
Yeah.
these guys are really in touch with their feelings, I gotta say.
Yeah.
And like, and it's like, and there's always things about like longing and like deep, deep love, you know, like, even though that, you know, and of course later they get to be, you know, lyrically a very horny band. But
Yeah.
like, but okay, like I think the post Uli, like, from, I think it's like from Love Drive through, well, on through the end of the 80s, it's just the horn dog period has arrived for the Scorpions. But you know, so they kind of the sex element is a little more elegant in these years, you know.
Yeah.
But it's there, and it's like there's a maturity to it, which I appreciate, and yeah, I don't know, but beautiful music, beautiful hard rocking, kick ass heavy metal, man. And you know, I love Scorpions, and like, you know, like many, and I will say most people, like this era of them was such a, like, I didn't know it. You know, growing up,
Yeah.
I didn't hear this stuff until I was much older. Um, because yeah, you just know like that later period, which is great. Um, but you know, from their late 70s through the end of the 80s, like that is core Scorpions for most people. But yeah, there is this time, the Uli time, that is also something very special and different and very heavy metal, and especially if you're also a UFO fan, like seeing the paralleling between you know, Michael Schenker and the years of UFO and the Uli years of Scorpions are like, wow, what an amazing time
Yeah.
for just like rock guitar, the emerging heavy metal sound. Um, but yeah, I don't have a whole lot more to say here. I just think this is fantastic record. Um, do you have more stuff, Chase?
Uh, Only that I looked up how to say scorpion in German, and it's scorpion with a K.
Oh yes, yeah. And just, oh, for the record, you know, people always say the Scorpions, but their name is not. There's
Yeah.
actually no article in it. It's just Scorpions. So it's a little weird that it's a plural single word.
Yeah.
That we don't typically do that in metal. And you know, there's almost zero examples of the something in metal because we just don't do that. Um, um, but yeah, it's actually just Scorpions, you know, and I'll slip and say the Scorpions. You know, when I saw
Yeah.
them, even their drummer came out and said he was so proud to playing in the Scorpions. James Kotak, R.I.P. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, but hey, that guy was really proud to be in Scorpions, and like, you know, whatever. Um, but now they have Mickey D, which is awesome. Um, but
Yeah.
but yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, love Scorpions. Scorpions rule, dude. And this is really the first of their heavy metal period, and they are really one of the all time greats, one of the top tier, you know, metal god bands. So hail Scorps, and yeah, dude. Anything else on this one before we move on?
No, I think we're good. I'm gonna have a blast revisiting all this later on. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay, great. So yeah, I guess we'll just go into some upcoming shows. Man, our concert calendar pretty thin right now. I mean, the last couple of weekends have just been packed with stuff, and so like I'll be updating it soon. I think I have like only like 4 or 5 things on here, but we'll hit that. Let's see. Coming up, actually, very soon, just a couple days. It is the return of Full Metal Jackson. They'll be playing with a couple of bands, Ed Ward and Kitty Cat Boys. That doesn't, I don't know what anything of that is, but Full Metal Jackson, the Michael Jackson, uh, like the taking Michael Jackson songs and making them heavy metal songs band. The brilliant idea from Quentin Gardner. They are back. It's their first show in like a year. Then some lineup issues, but that's
Huh.
August 27th at the High Water Mark. It's Thursday night. It's only $10. Get out and do that if you can. Very entertaining band. Please go see that if you can. Then, of course, Friday, August 28th at the Twilight Cafe. It's a big old death metal show. To Violently Vomit, featuring ex-members of Disgorge. along with Putrid Pile. I think they're the co-headliners on this tour, with local support from 4 death metal bands, including the great Back from Death. I love them. They are a load of fun. But yeah, and several other bands. That's going to be a big night of death metal. Get out for that if that's your bag. And then Saturday, September 12th, at the High Watermark, doom metal legends The Obsessed are playing with support from the excellent Time Rift and Tigers on Opium, who I just don't know. But yeah, that'll be cool. And then I want to tell folks also another big death metal show at the Twilight Cafe, September 18th. Death metal legends Mortisculd will be playing with local support from Ripping Remains, Coffin Rot, and Face Nailer. So get out and have a death metal time for that. But yeah, I think that's going to be our show for today. Chase, do you have a sign off for us?
Sure do. Thanks for watching Heavy Metal Breakdown. Like, comment, subscribe, and remember, life's like a river in the morning. Life's like a sea without end.
Okay. Thanks for watching, everybody. Good night.